Okay guys, today is the day. Getting everything loaded up. Got my cooler over there. The car's all loaded up. As you can see, it rained all last night. Those big tornadoes and stuff around the area were all around. Roads are not dry. I have a set of rain tires. As you can see, water. Roads are not dry. I have a set of rain tires. I don't think I'm going to use it. Hopefully I don't regret this. I'm going to keep these on here now because what I'm thinking is it's supposed to be a little bit windy. Sun's supposed to come out today. So I'm thinking that these roads will dry up and I'm not the first heat anyways. So hopefully the cars and the heat in front of me make an actual racing line, like drive a line. So we're gonna try it. Hopefully it doesn't stay this wet. Otherwise these tires are going to be just miserable to drive on. But I'm taking that risk. It's a calculated risk. The other rain tires would be the original ones from the car, full all season. As you can see, would be great in the rain. I don't think we're gonna need it. We'll find out. Hopefully I don't regret this. Let's head up to, so events for solo this year are all gonna be at Family Arena. None are gonna be at Gateway, simply because Gateway is Gateway. If you guys are from the area, you know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna get this up here, get it unloaded, get set up, and let's get going.
Extreme Street Challenge, and I'll talk more about what that is a little bit later. But if you're thinking about that and you're concerned about your car being a bit loud, so they will be enforcing sound requirements there. Sorry, John Tinsley was your last finisher. Sorry, John, fix that one. Stanley Lawson was 62.008. John had a 52.305. So John followed by Stanley, 52.305, and then a 62.008, and RJ Pollock, your next finisher, with a 50.310. 50.310. So anyhow, if you're, there'll be like, I think it's a 100 decibel limit. If you want to know how loud your car is, if you're worried it might be close, we've got a sound meter up here. John Powell with a 44.757, 44.757 for John Powell in the 2005 Subaru STI. So if you're interested, I'll be kind of keeping an eye out. I don't think I've heard a car yet that's anywhere near any concern, but if I'll try to keep an eye out if it's worth it. You want to be proactive? Come on and show you around. Very interesting. Jason Coates is your next finisher with a 47.134. With a 53.553, 53.553 did pick up a couple run at the course. And Stanley Lawson, C-Street number 79, with a 59.23259. 0.232, 62 3/4 of a second improvement. RJ Pollock, your next finisher, back to KMT action with a 47.146. 47.146, that's a 3-second improvement and enough to jump into the final podium position in KMT today. John Powell with the DNF on that one, so no help there, but
Well, looks like my camera isn't working. It's just not registering. So I guess we're not going to get any data on it. You're just going to see stuff through the GoPro. If I get it working, you'll know, but right now it's just... Okay, we'll see. Look like it's working now. Times aren't going to be perfect, but at least it'll work. Give me something. Hey everyone, so what happened? If you guys watched the video, you saw, first off, this car is just down on power. Shelby made a lot more power. This is probably 3,400 pounds, haven't weighed it yet, but probably makes, 305-ish horsepower at the crank. So, maybe 250 wheel horsepower, down on power, that's just how it is. It is light, a lot lighter than the Shelby. You could feel the weight difference, but just not enough power. Just needs a little bit more power. Another thing I noticed is a absolute ton of understeer. So two things can happen because of that. One, I didn't have my suspension settings right. Could have been that the back was too soft, so I firmed up the back a little bit. I did soften, so the best run of the day, I softened the front up just 2. I went the fastest run of the day, I didn't soften up the run. I didn't soften up the suspension 1 more, and I only went slower after that. It even registered to me that I was going slower because I was hitting cones, but I was going 2 seconds slower plus hitting cones. And to me, I'm like, oh, let's just clean up the run, But I was actually going 2 seconds slower to begin with. It's amazing how such little adjustments you make a huge difference in autocross. Someone told me there, when it comes to autocross, you don't make up any time, you only lose time. And putting runs back to, like on the Track Addict app that I use to just show telemetry and stuff like that, it's amazing how big of a difference just little 1 mile an hour, 2 mile an hour around a corner will do on an autocross course. That being said, that being said, tires, absolutely toast. These are older tires. As you guys know, I had these wheels for a while, had them with the Shelby. Someone else owned them before me, used them. I think there's just no life left in the fronts. The compound is supposed to be soft, and the compound is just super hard, not sticky. It warmed up nicely, but then fell off very, very quickly. So maybe we just need some new rubber up front. Actually, probably need new rubber all the way around. And the 20s are just too big for this car. Rotational mass, based on the horsepower, it's just moving these tires is just sucking up too much power, basically, for just a low horsepower car. Drop to 18s or even 19s would probably be better, but we're not gonna do that right now. These are the wheels we have on it. We're gonna test these, but I'm thinking that this wheel and tire setup is just too big for the car. Other than that, didn't do too bad. Was impressed with how much better it handled compared to what it used to, but it just needs some work dialing it in, maybe some changes, but that's just how it goes. First event did win my class. So I mean, obviously you can't go wrong there. First time out with the car, especially being after the Shelby, this car did not handle the way the Shelby did. So inspecting the car, I did just notice something. A lot of rubbing all the way around. And after measuring, this side sits about a 1/4 inch lower than the other one. So that could be for a little bit of the imbalances of the car. You can see it is just ringed all the way around. So this side just sits a little lower. My fault, insulation error. Didn't even think that it would be off like that. Just threw the back end in, didn't really worry about it. It looked good. I memeasured the front to make sure the front looked right, but that's my fault for the rear. So that's one of the issues probably with this. There was a little bit of noise coming from the back, which I said in the previous video. That's probably where the noise is coming from because it just doesn't sit level. So I'll fix that and see if it takes care of some of the issues, but definitely my fault on that one. So the question is, can you build a track car for 5K that'd be better than the GT500? Yes and no. First off, we haven't spent the full 5K on this car. So I guess yes, but no. The Shelby did handle so much better. It was so much quicker through the turns. You could tell the power difference. You could tell the handling difference. The Shelby just felt planted. I never reached the limit of the Shelby. If you guys watched that video, I definitely over pushed these tires a few times thinking I had plenty of room left, and I just no more front grip. I don't know if it's just not enough downforce on the front tires or it's a combination of anything, but we over pushed the car, brought it back, did run a pretty decent time, but nowhere near where I think this car should be. So as of now, no, we are not there yet. It is 100 times better than what the car was when we started, but it's nowhere near where the Shelby was. So we'll just keep going, keep dialed in. I'll keep getting better at a driver, and maybe we can get it, but we'll just have to see. Until then, see y'all on the next one.